Find out the most comfortable position of the body and space. First is the place, second, place. Become aware of the space all around you. So, in the last session, we understood realizing inner potential. And that is why we are practicing meditation. So when we say inner, it is a higher consciousness. When we say potential, so potential means that our authentic nature of the happiness, our real self, that is hidden within. It is always there. When you look deep inside your forehead or inside the body, we experience all about our darkness and the space and blankness. Where is the potential? Where are the inner peace and happiness? It is embedded in the consciousness. And the pure consciousness is the real self. And the real self is of the nature of peace, happiness, love, truth, and wisdom. That is what we want to discover through the practice of meditation. So when we understand this, then obviously it has to do with self-inquiry. Self-inquiry. I know myself, so I know everything about myself related to the body, mind, intellect, thought, label, recognition, etc. So it means self-inquiry means that there is something different than all of this. That is the real self. So we give a label that this is the real self and this is the false self. And then we have to, what's a problem? I can recognize. No. As long as we have labels, attachment, expectations, mind is running for pleasure or avoiding the stress from the world outside, we cannot recognize. We cannot realize our inner potential. So why? This is another journey. It is not a journey we normally do in our daily life. It is a different journey where we are looking for subjective reality. So you see that I'm using every word so that you can pick up. So body is there and there is a quiet space free from distractions. You see, when we say there should be a quiet space free from the distraction, our mind instantly goes to outside. Oh, everything is okay. No, we are referring to inside. There should not be any distraction outside. Inside. So when inside there is no distraction, Even if there is a distraction outside, it does not make any disturbances to me. When there is no distraction, just when there is no distraction, or even if there are the thoughts, they are not disturbing you. So when they are not disturbing you, okay, who knows this? My intellect. Oh, my intellect knows this, yes. You see, that is why I have been saying understanding is first and followed by the step. Otherwise, we are doing meditation for 40 years and no result. Knowledge has to be there. Realizing means knowledge. So, what is this? The space and being comfortable and being carefree. We cultivate immunity to external distractions. Oh, external distraction. That is why. So observe your surrounding. Maybe a sound, maybe a smell, maybe an object, but you are free from it. You see that sometimes people use a bird sound during the practice of meditation, or some music which they say soothing music. They are good. But any sound, any object of the senses do not disturb me. Then every music, every sound is soothing, every touch is soothing. That is the progress in meditation. Then we go to the position of the body. Position of the body, it's a comfortable position. Eyes are closed gently, and your attention, you are paying attention how your body feels in this posture. So that is why we say a comfortable position with eyes closed. You are understanding each and every. So when you with understanding, when you practice, that 40 years is reduced to 1 year. There is another word that we use, allow the body to relax. Means what? We don't do anything with the body. It means we do not do anything with the body. Body means body parts. Body part means we do not move unnecessarily. That is what we. So whenever we sit in these two, and for any meditation, we should be very clear what we are doing. And then we are comfortable. So now again we should understand what is this comfortable. I'm just, comfortable. Comfortable means that let go of tension in the body, especially in your neck and shoulders and the hip joints. These three are active during sitting position. And why we are sitting? Because to defeat tamoguna. Be very clear. Don't make it a fuss. So we mentally acknowledge that we are not doing anything with the body, and we are aware of the thought, feeling, and emotions that is being carefree. We are separate and different. So two things goes together. Why? So we have an understanding that the body and the mind are just an instrument and not the real self. How simple it is. So even if you remember, it will help you. So now you see that I said it will help you. So I remember, or you simply say, I'm not the body and the mind. But mind gives you an experiences with reference to the thoughts and the body. So why? Because of identification. So it means that I should not identify myself with any thought or any sensation. No identification with body. Obviously, body means sensation. Mind, obviously, it means with the thoughts, feeling, and emotions. No association, no identification. We are not saying that they will not be there. Are you getting? We are not saying they will not be there. So sensations, thoughts, maybe one or two thoughts or many thoughts will be there. So what happens if I say the mind goes deeper? When the mind goes deeper, we have sensation, relaxation, and stillness. We may have tingling, we may have vision, we may have colors, imagined projection of lot of things. They are good. They are good to help us, but they should leave us. They should leave us in deeper meditation. Why? Because we are not here to see the colors and the visions. We are here to move deeper, to find realize our inner potential. Simple. So looking at the body from the top of the head to the toes, all the steps are included. What are those steps? Position, space, and posture, and then comfortable, carefree. And when we move the mind on the entire body, we experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. And at mental level, we are carefree. Carefree means that, same thing, highways. I gave an example, highways and traffic, sky and birds, they are not associated. So we don't say that anything happens to the space. Metaphorically, nothing happens to the highways, continues to stay there. Oh, yes, that is why you said space inside. Oh, yes. You keep an awareness continuously inside the head in the space. That space, that dark space, does not change. What changes are the objects, the thought, feeling, and emotions. When you are clear, you are definitely going deeper. So, what happens? We may find a sense of emptiness deep inside. Oh, that is emptiness. So let us fill that emptiness by Mangalacharan. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. So you see that mantra is also a thought, meaning may there be happiness for all. Again, it is a thought. Thought contains the knowledge. Knowledge leads to the understanding. What is the understanding here? That happiness is the essential nature, not only of me, but everyone. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Sarvesham. May there be peace for all. Same thing. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Mantra I said thought. Thought contains the knowledge. May there be completeness in all. Completeness in all. Wholeness. So if there is a wholeness, the mind will stop searching anything outside. Yes, anything outside means the object. Let me maintain my awareness, and even if the thoughts of seeking something outside comes, I will not be driven by it. So once you have that understanding, then any thought comes to your mind, you are totally free. Thought, good, bad, high, low, pain, pleasure, any thought. Oh, it has nothing to do with me. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. May there be auspiciousness. Auspiciousness. Is it not there? It is always there. So it is covered by the clouds of desires, feeling, emotions pertaining to the world. The sun is always there. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. First Shanti to the external world, the known world. Second Shanti to the unknown world that we are unfolding. Third Shanti is our nature. So until now we have done all the passive steps. You can say it is the stage 1. Awareness of the breath, and we are settling down. And in that awareness of the breath, you look inside. You look inside the forehead in the space. So, first look inside the forehead in the space. Check you experience the space, and there you drop Shanta, Om Namah Shivaya. Drop Om Namah Shivaya. 3 things. Now start breathing long, deep in the hissing into the belly. Long, deep in the hissing into the belly. So inhale, belly like a balloon, and exhale, exhale, belly touches the spine. So it means it's a total breathing. Continue the breathing and see what happens. So it's not very fast, but it is also not very slow. You are breathing so that your total expansion of the belly and the total contraction of the belly takes place. Long, deep in the hissing breath, belly becomes a balloon and the belly squeezes, touches the spine. You're continuously saying Om Namah Shivaya. So you're saying continuously Om Namah Shivaya. Yes, image or infinite space, both will work. You see the image of the Shiva? That helps in the beginning. And gradually we can move to the space. So both are okay. You're saying Om Namah Shivaya, you're breathing deep, silent, and slow. Not deep, silent, long, deep in the hissing breath, and you can check. The mind tends to be absorbed deeper within. That is what we want. Realizing inner potential, we are doing meditation with knowledge, with clear understanding. Why? Because that shortens our journey and it gives you a real meditation journey. Otherwise, we fall back into the visions and colors and lot of other stuff. But when you are able to maintain your awareness, it helps us to live in the present moment. And now leave this. Bring your awareness on the breath, flow of the breath. Om Namah Shivaya continues. Also check the flow of the breath if there is an equal flow of the breath. Equal flow means that the mind internally is already on the third eye. It gives you a different vision and perspective. And even if the flow is not equal, you are doing the Om Namah Shivaya with awareness of the breath. You see, very important point that people do not realize, they keep on doing. They keep on claiming focus on the breath. No focus. No focus. We are aware. Why we are aware of the moving breath? Because we want the mind should live in the present moment. How and why you say like this? Simple answer. You cannot be aware of the breath of the past or the future. It is always the present. It is always present moment. Can we stay there in the present moment? Then other steps are secondary. But it doesn't mean that we can stay on a given day. But just even if the thought is taking mind away, we bring it back, we start looking at the breath, we start looking at the flow of the breath, and that flow of the breath means that you are aware of the sensation of the breath, you are aware of the in and out movement of the breath, and they all are present moment. You can be aware of the breath only in the present, but if you start changing the breath, that becomes totally a different step. So now we are not changing. We are simply aware of the flow of the breath. In that, you recognize the resistance of the mind. How the resistance comes, the thought takes us away. That is resistance. So you bring it back again on the same present moment, and that is what. But at the same time, you're already doing the Om Namah Shiva. So there is a good way that every time the breath goes in and out, and you are Om Namah Shiva, just have a vision of the Shiva. So lot of distractions, Om Namah Shivaya will work. So every day is not the same. Lot of distractions, the mantra with image will work. No distraction or fewer distractions, then there is no problem because you are already aware of the breath. You are already aware of the flow of the breath. So you see everything looks very clear and the mind has to be settled deeper. So we switch on to the another step of nyasa. This time you make your breath little deep, silent and slow. We visualize the energy moving along with the spine. So as we inhale, feel the energy rising from the top of the head to the tail, going to the tail bone. And when you exhale, your opposite. So that is our first thing. But at the same time, during inhale, mind moves from the top of the head to the tailbone, that is the second, and reverse from tailbone to top of the head with the breath. And then, interesting, Om Namah Shivaya. So, Om Namah Shivaya, you sing, inhale while moving the mind downward, and exhale, moving the mind upward from the tailbone. You're saying Shivaya ends on the top of the head while breathing out. So almost everything is absorbed. The same thing during inhalation. During inhalation, the mind also says Om Namah Shivaya ends. Shivaya ends at the tailbone. Understanding. What is that understanding here? Very interesting understanding. Space. You see that what happens? The earth merges to water, to fire, to air, to space, to mind, to prana, to peace, to silence. This is the journey. So, when we are doing Om Namah Shivaya and we visualize the energy movement along the spine, yes. A kind of self-absorption. We want a deeper level of awareness. That is what we said. We want to realize our inner potential. Very clarity is there. So we want a clear approach, logical, rationally explained. So it will help us to clear the mind of the doubt, and the mind will be absorbed deeper. Shivaya. And now leave this deep breathing also. Return to the flow of the breath. Return to flow of the breath. Check that. Check the flow is equal or not. Both are good. We are already deeper with. And we want to keep the faculty of the senses within. So first we start with return to the flow of the breath. Check that the flow of the breath is equal, good, not equal, good. Now faculty of hearing or sound, touch, and seeing, and tongue. Tongue is motor organ, the speech. All are kept inside. How? We do not use them physically. What it means? Be very clear. Physically means the structure of sense organs are outside on the body structure of the eye, ear, etc. But the faculty of senses are in the mind. Because once we do not experience that separation, it will not take us deeper. So what we do now? We say through the mind. It means that we say Om Namaha Shivaya while looking at the first segment of index finger. There are 4 segments of each finger. So we don't count the thumb. So when you said Om Namah Shivaya and check that the mind continues to stay at that segment. And then you say Om Namah Shivaya second time, second segment, third segment. So through the mind you are touching, through the mind you are saying, means the sound of touch and hear and seeing. Tongue is also not moving, but mentally, almost mentally, there is a touch, there is a sound, there is a sight, and there is a saying of the mantra. It will take us deeper. So there is also a good way to continue the practice like Om Namah Shivaya on the segments only. So maybe you can do it for, say, for another half an hour and you don't get out of it. It's a wonderful. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Always good to stay for more than half an hour when you are doing the practice on your own. Bring the mind on the right hand, your mind on the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes. Open the eyes inside the palms, know your experiences, and bring the hands down.